It's the metal cowboy himself, Ron Keel, with his latest release, My Bad. We want to thank our good friend Ron Keel for calling in and being part of the Classic Metal Show. And guy couldn't be more complimentary, Chris.
You know, I wish Ron would talk a little more, though. He seems very, reserved.
Yeah, he's very introverted. It's very difficult getting anything out of that guy.
Yeah, he's very tough, very yes and no only. No long-winded answers.
Well, Ron's a good guy. I'm always happy to have him on the show, and you've seen it here in the studio. I have that picture where he was doing a live broadcast interview while he was performing a show down in Nashville.
Absolutely.
And I was interviewing him on the Classic Metal Show, and he was answering the questions from the stage.
I know, that was great.
Yeah, so I have this picture up here that he autographed for me, and he's up on stage doing this interview with me live.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's like one of those things that might even make, the photo section of the book or something,
Yeah, I would think it probably should. I mean, that was a classic moment.
Right. Absolutely.
So, good stuff. Ron, new album does kick ass. I love the album. I haven't read a whole lot of the book yet. I've only read maybe 50 or 60 pages of it, and pretty solid start. I could say that. I mean, I wish I could say more. I just haven't read it all yet. I only got it like 2 days ago. So.
Sure. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Is this thing on?
Hello? Is this like some hacky radio dudes?
Yeah, this is...
Are you talking about you or us?
Well, I'm busy eating a bagel. I don't know what you're doing.
Chinese food.
Dom's eating Chinese food. We called because we know Dom and Chris go way back. Chris,
you basically
would
called.
You like to say goodbye to Dom's foot?
You basically called the two fat douchebag show. So what can we do for you?
Well, we have an offshoot. We're the one fat douchebag and the one dirty Jew.
That's right. That's right.
I'm calling for two reasons. One, I want a physical copy of Chris Aiken's book so I can read and review it.
All right.
Because I'm not partial to reading online. And two, I want to say that Ron Keel song fucking sucked.
Come on.
And any guy that tries to go country to stay relevant, the fucking douchebag.
Yeah,
fuck that guy.
But that's not new.
Huh?
That's not new. Ron's been doing that for close to 20 years now.
Yeah, he did it when nobody cared about his fucking rock career because he sucks.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
I thought you were a big Keel fan, man. No?
Dom said that shit. Fuck.
I'm a Keel fan. I'll be the first one to admit I like that record.
Hey, Chris, it's like fucking Stephen Batten dragging me to all the Nuff's Enough shows. Fuck, come on, dude. Just fucking... Why don't you just stick your cock in my ear? Jesus Christ. Now, I'll say this. When Enough's Enough had, like, Johnny Monaco singing, it was much more tolerable.
Yeah, how can you say that? They sound exactly the same.
No, he doesn't sound whiny and all drugged out like Donnie V.
Oh yeah, I guess if Donnie V ever got clean, that's what he would sound like.
Or if Donnie V ever smoked crack, allegedly, that's what he would sound like.
Certainly, man. Well, in case people are wondering who the fuck these two guys are, this, of course, is Dom and Mike from Maximum Threshold, who are, I guess you guys would say that, what, you're invading our show to steal our 5 listeners?
Yes.
Yes. We called to rape their ear pussies.
That's right.
Can I say pussy on your radio show?
I think we can.
Actually, we called to interview Chris because he is now an author. He has a tome out.
Yeah, I'm very literary, as they say. What questions can I answer for you?
Okay. How many times? I haven't seen your book. Is there any sex in your book?
Yes.
Did you, like, when you were writing all this stuff down, did it ever stir up memories and you got, like, a boner and had to jerk off?
Let me think.
Good question.
No, that's a solid question. I never had to actually spank it, thinking about it, because to be honest, the only real sex story in the book is just a quick one-nighter in Atlantic City. So it wasn't a cum shooter. It was just kind of all right, this happened.
Because I read some of the reviews, and I've known you for a long time. I didn't know like a lot of your story. I just know you from seeing you all the time and hanging out sometimes.
Sure. And
laughing and shit. Like I read some of the reviews. It sounds like you've been through some serious shit, my man.
Yeah, I've walked the wars, as they say, man. I've definitely been through some serious shit, but I never really made it a public issue until recently, and now I just wrote a book about one of these things, which is my divorce and thoughts of suicide and blah blah blah. So bad year, I guess.
Yes. So when are we gonna? What the fuck? I Dream of Jeannie. Fucking Dom. Turn your fucking computer down. So when are we gonna see the Chris Aiken book
turn into a movie
on Oprah and you be on the Book of the Month Club? Because I think that will really propel you into
superstardom.
Yes, like Ron Keel's new album will do to him.
Stop. I don't know. I mean, right now it's I'm happy to get any press right now. I'm lucky to get quite a bit so far. For now, I'll be happy with the Scene article that's going to come out in a couple of weeks, and the Plain Dealer's doing something. So I'll take the local stuff for now. If it ever goes into something bigger, that's fine. But I'm actually in the process of writing, a couple of more books, and one of them is going to be the one that I actually started writing literally today is probably the one you want to read, Michael, which is my my 2.5 years of absolute sexual deviancy when I was in Korea, when I was in the service. And that one is just going to be nothing but, squirting jizz in every fucking corner of Asia.
So did you partake in any ladyboys like Dominic has?
No, nothing with a penis ever emerged.
Oh, come on. Nobody's listening.
Have you been to Pohang or Busan?
I've been to Busan, yeah. I actually surfed there in Busan.
You've been down Texas. You've been down Texas Street then, right?
Oh, yeah. Wow. How do you know that place?
Because I've been there. How would I have not known?
I didn't know. Where were you at in Korea, dude?
I was in Pohang and Busan.
All right. I've been to Busan and Osan, and I was stationed in Yongsan. So I used to run the streets of Itaewon and Miyagi and, all the sex shows and that kind of shit.
So what you're saying is you and Dom could be ladyboy Peter-in-laws.
We could take turns trading the dress and fucking each other in the ass. It's all good.
Yeah, they were taking part.
You guys would look like two shaved polar bears wrestling.
They were enjoying the cream of some young guy.
Good. Dom will be the one with only 1 foot because his diabetes is taking one very soon.
No, that's good. That's healing up.
It's like Ghost Rider 3. Instead of signing the deal with the Mephistopheles or however you say his name for his soul, it's for Dom's foot.
Jesus Christ.
And they're coming for it, and he's trying to ride away on a tricycle.
He's gotta go, man.
And his daughter's like, "Get off of my tricycle!
It's mine."
Whatever, you can buy another foot.
Hey,
I know this is a real interesting question.
This is the real one question I called for.
All right.
Aside from, I wanted to say, do you really like Ron Keel? But I had a real question before that. Where are you going to be doing your book signings?
There's actually talk about doing an actual reading and a Q&A in March. One in Cleveland and one in Akron, actually. And it's really going to be based on, we're working to get with a couple of charities to actually co-sponsor this stuff. But it's actually going to happen probably in March. Not sure of the locations yet. It's really up to, I got a publicist guy that deals with all that shit. I'm just kind of along for the ride.
So when Disney makes your book into a movie, would you prefer Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, or Gerard Butler to play you?
That's a good one. It's Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler? I want Gerard Depardieu because he likes him young.
Oh, that's right. He does. He did get in trouble for that. I forgot about that.
Or the ghost of Chris Farley.
You would the ghost of Chris Farley. I think there was a ghost in my bed last night. I was a ghost, and we chilling. My dog just had really bad gas. I'm not sure which one it was. Yeah. So is there the book signings? What do you have specific charity in mind, or are you just reaching out to see who? What?
I don't know what they're working with. I have a charity that I'm actually working directly with called Common Ground. It's commongroundhelps.org. Is the charity itself, and it what they do is they provide texting and online and phone support for people that are going through like a depression or a bad time, because that was one of the things I wrote about a lot in the book, was that I always had support, and there's a lot of people that don't, so I decided to throw some money their way to fund some of that. Not that it's going to make any fortune to help them, but I'll throw something their way.
Nice. I'm jealous of you, Chris, because I've always wanted to write a book, and knowing you for a long time, I'm happy for you.
Oh, I am too.
You got to do something like that, and it had to be therapeutic, because everybody goes through some kind of depression in their life, and a lot of people say, "Oh, well, if you talk about it, it helps." And the last thing you want to do when you're depressed is talk about it, but you realize at some point it does help.
I think that's one of the reasons why, we do our show. And I'm sure you guys probably think the same thing too, man, because you guys talk your issues out, and you let other people hear it, and it kind of takes away all that fire and steam that you guys have inside yourself.
Yeah. I mean, the show is definitely, at least, since I've come back to the show, it has definitely been therapeutic for me to get it out there. And, and as far as the book itself, it was therapeutic in one way, but it was it was just kind of something that I did to really get myself past it. And I couldn't get past it any other way but to write it.
Yeah, because I know I keep I have a journal. I have a bunch of journals, and what I usually do is I write all my thoughts down. Right. Then some point I go back and I read them, and then I usually throw them away because a lot of it's depraved. And
you don't want nobody to see that.
And I have one that I held on to from when I was in a very low point in my life, real depressed, and
was that pre-op?
No, I'm always pre-op. I can't afford to get the surgery, so I'm still pre-op. But I'll read some of it, and writing it down, I'm like, wow, I can't believe that. I was at that point in my life at some point. Do you ever, when you were reading this and proofreading it and editing, did you go back to all this and be like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is what I was going through at that point?
Oh yeah, man. There's chapters in that book that I can't read now. There's I wrote a lot in the book about, in the middle of this year that I was going through with the divorce and everything, my dad also died. And I wrote in detail about that, about him dying and my depression, the combination of the divorce and that and everything else. And when I was trying to edit it, when I was going through the editing phase and whatnot, I couldn't read it at all. I literally had to have other people edit it for me, because I would start to read it and it would put me in such a fucking bad headspace that the vodka bottle came out and halfway emptied out every time I tried to read it. So, there's definitely a lot of it. I mean, it's one of those books for me. It's not a happy book. I mean, the ending is okay. But it's something I don't think I'm ever gonna, casually sit around on my couch and say, oh yeah, I remember that. That was fun. It's one of those things that I wrote personally to get it out there. And now it's out there. And, where most people say that they want to close a chapter of their life, I can actually do it. And I'll leave it at that,
Nice. Yeah, because I know I saw you a couple times, and this past, like, I saw you in the summer, and you did seem a little bit drunk.
Was that Rock on the Range?
You were,
yeah, Rock on the Range. I was definitely a little bit hammered.
I think we've known each other like a good 17 years or so.
Yeah, it's been a while, dude.
Probably by far the drunkest I've ever seen you.
Was it Rock on the Range?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I thought I was under control.
So what? This book is all about your trauma, but does any of it compare to the traumatic experience of meeting Dominic?
Oh.
Dude, you know what? Some things have to not be written. I mean, some things just can't. That's like writing a horror movie on top of a horror movie. That's like writing all 5 episodes of Saw, just in one single blast of evil. You can't do it.
That's true. Well, I don't think they really spent much time writing the second Saw movie.
Yeah. Well, how much time would you spend writing about Dom?
That's true. I would write extensively about him.
That's good. That's good.
I would document the Farewell to the Foot tour.
Yeah, they already wrote that movie, didn't they? My Left Foot.
I didn't want. That was a different kind of artist. Dom's more of an verbal artiste. I think. I'm just guessing. I'm just throwing big words out because I'm on the phone with an author.
He is.
Please.
I think
world renowned.
I think that they should make a play out of this. Your book, like a
Broadway
musical.
Play?
A musical, and what musical accompaniment would I use?
Well, you can start with that Ron Keel song.
I knew you were going to say that.
Jesus
Maybe
Christ,
a little Kids
man.
of Whitley High. Maybe some Kids of Whitley High. Maybe.
Yeah, why are you bashing on the Keel stuff so bad? I like Keel.
I didn't like it. It's okay. Hey, you know what? I don't like vegetables. Some people are vegetarians. It's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Know?
Some people like wheelchairs.
I have very questionable musical taste myself, so I just don't like it. I didn't like Right to Rock. I didn't like his hair metal days.
Fair enough.
Country.
I didn't like country. I don't like any country music.
Fair enough. I mean, look, you don't have to like it because I do.
That's right. But actually, I think there should be an original score made for your
Little Victories. Yep.
Little Victories, the musical.
They have like Munchkins play it.
No, come on! Don't make a mockery of this, Dom.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna get songs from like Lick the Blade. Will do an original song.
Great. Long Came Spider.
Right. We'll get Dom to write an original song for you.
And throw Morning Wagon.
And
No, I want Morning Wagon to do the soundtrack, the whole thing.
The whole soundtrack. We'll do it.
There you go.
We'll do it for a signed copy of your book.
All right, that's a fair trade.
And the red carpet when Gerard Depardieu plays Chris Aiken in the Disney made for. Well, no, it's not going to be made for TV. This is big screen.
Yeah.
This is all the marbles, man.
Pixel. Want Pixel in there.
No, Pixar.
Pixar, yeah, 'cause they got more.
Or we want a live action movie.
Nice.
You want Arnold in there too?
No, he's got saggy tits now.
Well,
all right, guys, we got to get rolling here, but definitely. What?
What you guys got planned?
Yeah,
we got an interview calling in, so allegedly here right now.
Who's the big interview?
Mark Bowles.
Who? Oh,
Mark
come on!
Bowles.
What's he got going on?
Ring of Fire.
What?
Ring of Fire, his new band.
Yeah. I had the Ring of Fire today. For real. And I didn't even eat anything spicy like in, I don't know, a couple weeks. I had the brown Ring of Doom.
Mark's a good guy, man.
So, hey, Chris, before you go, tell everybody where they can find your book and order it or buy it. And by everybody, I mean like our 3 listeners.
All right. Well, the first best place to go is my book website, which is chrisaikenbooks.com. Or if you want to get it at a discounted price, the best place to go is meatspin.com. That's where it's on special there. 2 for 1 special there.
Meatspin.
That's the best place.
That's awesome. Congratulations, Chris. I'm glad that you're out of this horrible depression.
Where'd Neely go? Why is he hiding on us?
Because this isn't about me. It's about Chris and his book.
Well, maybe you should write a fucking book, you lazy bastard.
It's in the planning stages, my friends.
I'm writing one. It's called I Like to Poop, and it's going to have all the places I've pooped. It's going to make War and Peace look like a pamphlet.
Neely.
Yes.
Can you do me a quick favor?
And do I owe you a favor? That's what I need to know.
No. Can you do a promo ID for us? Just say your name, your band Steel Piston, and say you listen to Maximum Threshold, throw some crazy at the end of it.
Something crazy.
Come on, Neely.
Okay, I got it. Hey, this is Neely of Steel Piston, and you're listening to Maximum Threshold Radio. These two guys are assholes.
That's right.
Perfect. That is right.
All right, everybody, go get Chris's book, or buy the not the audio book, the digital book, or whatever they call it.
E-book.
I don't know. E-book. That's right.
And check them out at theclassicmetalshow.com.
Yeah.
That's right. And go buy Ron Keel's new album.
Yeah.
and you guys buy yourself a you guys need a compressor in your studio.
Yeah, we do.
We need more than
I got
that.
one. I'm looking right now. I got an Alexis 3630 compressor. Guess it ain't working.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, I'm looking.
The lights are going.
Yep.
Yeah, you need a limiter compressor in your studio there. That wide open mic thing, too much ambient noise.
Oh, yeah. They're cheap mics.
I know I can hear myself breathing because my nose is a little stuffy and I got a big Jewish nose. Dude, I can smell a quarter from 3 miles away.
Yes, you can.
All right, boys.
All right,
Thank you. Good
guys.
night.
See ya.
Have a good one.
See you, boys.
Bye.
Well, I think that's our first simulcast.
Yeah, it is.
We were just simulcast on Maximum Threshold.
Yes, we were.
Wow.
All about me. Everything's about me.
Look, it's your time to shine, my friend.
Yes.
I can step down for a little while and let you
I
take
don't like
the
doing that
spotlight.
on our show. I don't like taking our 6 hours and turning it into the Chris interview.
Well, you just wait till my book comes out, then it'll be all about me, pal.
Of course it will be.
It'll be all about me.
I ain't gonna lie, it is fun.
Yeah, sure.
It is. You know what though? You know what's weird about this? I catch myself doing some of the shit that me and you always bust on fucking people for doing.
Such as?
Saying the same shit interview after interview.
Well, the thing is I mean, after you've told the story so many times, I mean, it's sort of kind of, you've said all you got to say.
Yeah. And I mean, I've done, for the book now, I think I've done like between 15 and 20 interviews at this point. So I've done quite a few. And literally some of the shit that as soon as I started saying, I don't know if you picked it up or not, or if people did or not, but I started saying about the closing the chapter on this chapter of my life, and I started to stumble on it because I knew I'd already said that.
Right. Trying to change it up a little bit, make it different.
Yeah. Give everybody something fresh instead of, I don't want the guys that are listening on Maximum Threshold tonight to fucking pick up Scene next week and see the exact same quote.
Well, the thing is now they got it first.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Before they got the Scene.
That's true. So they upped a big national or what would you call that? A regional paper.
There you go.
So there it is.
Wow. All right. Well, we got to get to Mark Bowles.
All right. Yeah, let's do that. He's probably wondering where the fuck we are.
Right. Well, anyway, Mark Bowles, vocalist. He's been around a long time. He, kind of kicked off his career with Yngwie Malmsteen way back in the 80s during the Trilogy tour. And he's lent his vocals to, background, and, he just does a lot of stuff. He's a session guy.
Sure.
And real nice guy, as I mentioned at the top of the show, that, I met him last year face to face. He's from the Youngstown area, Chris.
Is he?
Yeah, that's where he when I met him last year, we were just kind of comparing notes. This was back when, you might remember this, but Youngstown used to have an Agora, and Akron used to have an Agora, and Cleveland used to have an Agora, and then there was Filthy McNasty's, and there was, a bunch of different venues. And he started out, in some of his bands playing a lot of those venues.
No kidding. I had no idea.
So being that we were just on the other side of the Ohio-Pennsylvania border there in western Pennsylvania, he was able to go visit Mom and Pop while he was home.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he got to hang out with some old friends and scope out the area a little bit. But Mark's a real nice guy, very laid back, kind of quiet, kind of shy, kind of reserved. But he's got this new CD out with his band Ring of Fire. This is an original project that he's had for a while.
Okay.
And he's enlisted Tony McAlpine on guitar for this.
Wow, that's a hell of a player.
Yeah. And this is sort of a concept release, Battle of Leningrad. It sort of tells a story about the survivors in World War II.
Sweet.
That were cut off from, supplies and food and, provisions during World War II. And I'm going to talk to him about it.
Excellent. Well, let's get him on.
All right. Well, here it is. This is Mark Bowles from the Ring of Fire. And this one is just called Empire, exclusively here
on your classic metal show.